Welcome back, Field to Food. Who loves hot peppers? And I'm talking not just jalapenos, I'm talking some of the world's hottest peppers, habaneros, ghost peppers, Carolina Reapers. So let's go out into the field and see how we grow them. So follow along and let's get in the truck and let's head out into the field. It's hot in the truck, but it ain't gonna be as hot as these peppers, I can tell you that much. Okay guys, so we're out here in the field. As you can see behind me, one of the pepper patches. Actually, it's a little dusty. Another pepper patch. Behind me, like I said, is the pepper patch. All in all, we grow about 18,000 pepper plants. And remember earlier in some of those videos we talk about succession plantings. There's a lot of succession plantings out here. We start off right here. This starts off at just regular bell peppers. See some red ones in there. Nice beautiful red bell pepper. Like I said, behind us we start off with all these succession plantings. These are red peppers, green to red, regular bell peppers, and it continues across this block. We actually have an old planting of eggplants we're done here. Now we get into the fun section. This is where all our hot peppers are. So follow along. We're gonna go down here and find some hot stuff. The Carolina Reapers, the ghost peppers, and the habaneros. The habaneros are one of our favorite peppers to grow. Number one, because they're in high demand, and number two, they have some of the best flavor. Some of you may have heard about what they call the Scoville heat unit. And to give you an example, a jalapeno is somewhere around 4,000 to 6,000. I'm just doing this off of memory, so just bear with me. I'll probably put a link into that Scoville heat unit chart that has the capsaicin oil. That's how they test those. But jalapenos, to give you an example, are about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 on that Scoville heat unit chart. Habaneros are 200,000 on the Scoville heat unit. Ghost peppers are about 800,000, and Carolina Reapers are 800,000, as high as 1.2 million, and there's some even hotter ones. We don't grow those peppers are just insane. But one of our favorite ones I'm going to show you right now is the habanero pepper, and you can see it right here. Picked these here relatively shortly. I mean, you can see that the plants are just loaded with them. We'll come through here and we'll pick all these nice orange ones here, these green ones. You can see this one here is starting to turn color. There's some down here that are starting to turn color. But those are beautiful peppers. This next section, I mean, it's like a forest out here. These plants have done so well this year. We did some different stuff with our soil amendments and our nutrition in the soil. These plants have been picked over a couple times. As you can see, these are just the normal, normal jalapeno peppers. Follow along. We'll walk down here. We'll get into some of the ghost peppers. You can see all the habanero peppers that are in there. You guys are going to want to make sure that you watch this video at the end with this pepper right here. It's a great Hispanic Pico de Gallo that we put on everything. My boys love it, and we're going to make that for you at the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned for that at the end. One other thing with the jalapeno peppers, to let some of them turn red for the chefs, and you can see here that there's some of the red ones that we're letting go for the chefs in there. Like I said, when we do let them turn red, we will lose some, or our production or our yield will go down. But most of the jalapenos for the pizza shops and stuff are picked green. So the next pepper I'm going to show you in the pepper patch is the famous ghost pepper. And like I said, it's like a jungle in here. They just grow so big, these plants. But this is the ghost pepper. You can kind of see them hanging on. This is a ghost pepper here. About 800,000 Scoville heat units. I am not a big fan of the ghost pepper. As you can see them hanging on in there. The flavor on the ghost pepper, I really don't care for. Like I said, the habanero is by far, in my opinion, has the best capsaicin oil and or flavor, and it is widely used. So now I'm gonna take you and see if we can go find a Carolina Reaper. Let's go up to another patch where we keep the Carolina Reaper separate. And the reason we keep them separate is it normally doesn't happen, but it's happened in the past. They will cross-pollinate with different stuff, but we kind of keep them separate from the other peppers so they don't get that chance of cross-pollination. But here, I'm going to show you here in a second, is our Carolina Reaper section. And yeah, right here we have about 1,500 plants of the Carolina Reapers. This row goes the whole length up through there and actually splits. But this is a Carolina Reaper, and it's kind of known for, if you can see that little stinger at the end. But we sell a lot of these. They are also in high demand. Don't ask me why. I think a lot of people dry them and use it as a seasoning, but you can see we have it pretty well picked after. There's not too many red ones in there right now. Let's go pick one of those habanero peppers. Let's go get some Roma tomatoes and some onions, and we're gonna make by far the best Pico de Gallo that you guys can make. And there really is not gonna be a recipe. It's just, or how many onions you like, how much Roma tomatoes you want put in there, how hot you want it to be. We're gonna go out here and pick some of the ingredients we need.
Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete.
So now we're back. Like I said, we just got back from the field. We got our box of goodies right here, and this is all you're gonna need to make that Pico de Gallo. You need the Roma tomatoes, as many as you like. You need those onions, as many as you like, and then big ticket item, the habanero peppers. You're gonna need some Roma tomatoes, some onions, the habanero peppers, a lime and a half, and then you need some salt, as much as you like. So this is how we do it. So we're gonna get started. Don't criticize the cutting techniques or whatever. This is farm to the kitchen, chef.
Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta mujer.
Now time for the habanero. Cut the end off, cut the stalk off, and we cut it right down the middle. Then we take them seeds, we throw them seeds away. And then we cut that as fine as we can. And your eyes are gonna water. Make sure you don't touch all that capsaicin oil. We're gonna put a whole habanero in there. Cut it as fine as you can. You can smell that oil, capsaicin oil. You're just gonna wanna make sure you wash your hands afterwards. You don't want to touch anything, your eyes or anything else, if you know what I mean. Cut everything up, dice it up as small as you can get it. And then we usually let that set, or my guys like to let it set, an hour or two and keep stirring it. So here we go. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna take that lime, I'm gonna squeeze that lime in there. Make sure you get all that good juice in there. You get that knife, or you can use a fork. about a line and a half. Mix that all up. That color with them jalapeno or that habanero in there. Take a little bit of your salt, however salty you like it. Salt brings the flavor out. And that's how we take habaneros and make one hell of a pico de gallo.
Más simétrica que un origami, de la forma que tú besas, mami. Más simétrica que un origami.